Hey guys, this is Clinton Jeff and today we're checking out the upcoming new 2021 version of the Adidas X9000L4. I love the 2020 version, and with the new 2021 version, Adidas has made a lot of improvements to update the silhouette. Let's check them out. Alright guys, first up, if you're liking what you're seeing so far, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right below just in case you haven't yet. Or if you're really into sneaker reviews, don't forget to give me a follow on Instagram at ClintonJeff. Really helps out a small creator like me. The Adidas X9000L4 was a brand new silhouette that dropped last year in 2020. The design was apparently inspired by gaming and it was pitched as a shoe for city runners. Though with all the boost around, it actually made a great everyday casual wear shoe. Of course, I have a review of the 2020 version in case you want to check that out. I'll leave a link in the description below. It didn't really get as much hype or Adidas marketing money as last year's JetBOOST, which was another new Adidas lifestyle shoe that seems to have done a lot better. But last year was the first pandemic year, so things were a little rough, and it makes sense that Adidas wanted to focus on just one brand new silhouette at a time. This year, Adidas updated the silhouette and there's a couple new things. The texture upper is more knit and less overlays than last year. There's a new sculpted JetBOOST midsole that is supposed to help with even more energy return while running, and there's a new outsole as well. The 2021 version is also made with Primegreen, a series of high-performance recycled materials. So 50% of the upper is recycled content, and there's absolutely no virgin polyester used, which is awesome to see. Great job, Adidas. In fact, the focus on sustainability this time is very evident just from the box this time around. Unlike the black Adidas performance box that we got last year, this year the X9000L4 comes in a light grey box with the Adidas Primegreen branding and the N plastic waist made with recycled materials all prominently displayed around the box. And of course, you'll see the size tag on the side of the box here. When I first heard about this new version of the shoe, honestly, I wasn't really sure why Adidas wanted to update the X9000L series, because there really wasn't much wrong with the 2020 versions. But after wearing these for a week, I have to say I really appreciate the changes in this new 2021 version. Now, I'm not entirely sure when these are dropping, but the 2021 X9000L4 might also be listed as a regular X9000L4 or an X9000L4 JetBOOST or an X9000L4 Primegreen. And the Adidas running creative director Sam Handy called them the Adidas X9000L4 V2. So there's a chance that these might be listed as the X9000L4 version 2 as well. But whatever Adidas decides to call this new version 2 for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to call them the Adidas X9000L4. Just like last year, it seems like the X9000L is a series and there's cheaper options with less boost in the midsole. There's the 2021 X9000L3, which has boost cushioning combined with standard EVA foam cushioning both, and a slightly less premium upper. It also seems like there's going to be an updated 2021 version of the even cheaper X9000L2 and L1 as well. So the entire series is being updated. There was also a 4D version last year called the Adidas X9000 because apparently Adidas is really obsessed with making 4D versions of every shoe of theirs. I'm not really sure if we'll see a 4D version of this shoe this year, but with Adidas, you never know. Coming to the X9000L4 itself, you can see I got the slightly low-key triple white colorway, which I think looks more subtle and aggressive at the same time. As far as I could tell, there's also an all-black colorway and a black and white colorway as well. But we'll see some really cool colorways coming along as well, including the one that Sam Handy posted a while ago. And boy, is this a gorgeous shoe. The silhouette of the Adidas X9000L4 definitely borrows elements from silhouettes of the past. It's a really sleek, streamlined, but also chunky design that you have to admit looks really futuristic. Starting with the upper, instead of the sock-like construction used last year, this year there's a more rigid knit used. It's actually a little similar to the Ultra Boost 21, with how it's softer at the forefoot and gets more rigid towards the back of the shoe. At the toe box, you'll see this breathable white Primegreen knit that extends all the way around the shoe. Gone are the random geometric overlays from last year's version. Instead, we have this triangular stitching on either side of the toe box. Towards the bottom, you'll see these silver grey supportive underlays on either side of the shoe, which are here to add more structure to the upper and prevent your forefoot from sliding off the midsole. It also adds this really cool aggressive design to the shoe. Speaking of aggressive, you'll see the Adidas 3 stripes overlaid on the sides in this cool reflective 3M material, which really makes these shoes pop at night. And moving towards the back, you have this really cool new TPU heel counter that extends all the way back. I like that they downplayed the oversized heel counter from last year's version, which was a little bit too much. The TPU heel counter is a little translucent and has the name of the shoe embossed onto it, here proudly displaying X9000L4 in this interesting futuristic font. Coming to the medial side of the shoe, everything looks pretty much identical except for this JetBOOST branding that's printed on the heel area of the Boost midsole. And then moving to the heel area, instead of the Ultra Boost-ish pull tab used in last year's version, this year it just has a standard heel tab with this white knit overlay with the Adidas Performance branding in white. Below that, you'll see the seam where the two sides of the upper are stitched together. And then coming to the top of the shoe, this area has also changed a lot. Instead of the trail shoe inspired lacing system used last year, here we just have a regular lacing system with these white rope laces weaving through this white overlay panel on the upper. The topmost eyelet is actually this leather panel up top, which makes the shoe look slightly more premium. Unlike last year's version, which was a one-piece booty construction, the 2021 X9000L4 has a more regular knit upper with a separated tongue underneath the lacing system. The tongue has a pretty good amount of padding, making it really comfortable on feet. Still, it's interesting to see Adidas go from that more sporty booty construction last year to a more regular construction this year. Apart from that, moving upwards, there's the Adidas 3 stripes performance logo at the top of the tongue in white. Coming to the inside of the shoe, you have a white insole with the Primegreen logo in this black color printed on. I guess Adidas really wants you to know that it's a Primegreen upper. And then moving downwards, let's talk about the most interesting part of the shoe. At the bottom is a huge exaggerated sculpted boost midsole that seems to be separated in various sections but only by design. That extra chunky midsole design seems to be inspired by the Oswego and maybe even the Adidas Crazy Boost you wear, just like last year's version of the X9000L4. But this new 2021 version has a more angular, sharper design to the boost midsole, though it seems like it's the same amount of boost used as last year. Adidas is calling this a JetBOOST midsole because of the way that the boost midsole is sculpted to allow for greater energy returns as it cushions. I feel like this is just a marketing name, but the midsole does feel slightly more comfortable and springy than last year's version. It's still a U-shaped midsole that surrounds your foot though, so some of that boost is more aesthetic than functional. But the changes do seem to be ever so slightly valid for that midsole. But whatever they've changed here, it's appreciated, because that extra chunky boost midsole combined with that new comfortable upper makes this one of the most comfortable boost sneakers I've tried on. It's funny because it feels almost as comfortable as the new Jordan Delta 2, which I honestly thought was the most comfortable sneaker of 2021. Looks like Adidas has a surprise contender. Moving on, coming to the bottom of the shoe, you'll see this white and grey dark rubber outsole that has this really energetic tread pattern in different panels with the Adidas Performance branding here as well. The white rubber seems to be regular Adidas rubber, while the grey rubber is Adidas Adiwear, which is an extremely durable non-marking rubber that's used primarily for tennis shoe outsoles. You'll also see these cutouts in the boost midsole along the central line that passes through the length of the outsole. That's about it for design, and you guys have to admit this is a gorgeous shoe. I can't wait to see the other colorways as well, because for most people the white might be a little too subtle. Alright, now moving on to performance, this is supposed to be a casual running shoe. That's because the X9000L1, L2 and L3 are all slightly more serious running shoes but on a budget. This is more just a really comfortable lifestyle shoe instead. Could you actually use these for running? Yes, you totally could. The new JetBOOST midsole is really comfortable, plush but reactive, so it really feels supportive when you're on a run. The energy return doesn't feel as snappy as the Ultra Boost, but that might be because of the lack of any Adidas torsion system here. The outsole tread pattern is really grippy and the shoe holds up well on city runs, on streets and on roads, and seems to have plenty of traction even on a rainy run on wet roads. But then I'm a really casual runner, so take that advice for what you think it's worth. That being said, obviously this isn't as grippy as the Continental rubber and traction pattern on the Ultra Boost line of shoes, but the Ultra Boost also costs a lot more than the L4. So that's not a huge surprise. But all in all, it's a pretty comfortable running shoe thanks to that oversized boost midsole and the super breathable mesh upper. Yet all that being said, I still think this is better used as a comfortable everyday lifestyle shoe. As a running shoe, it's comfortable if you want something plush, but it is a little bit heavy. I said this last year and I'll say it again. I feel like Adidas is positioning these as running shoes the same way they try to position the Ultra Boost as running shoes, but everybody ends up wearing them as lifestyle shoes in the end. So yeah, there you go. Alright, that's about it for performance. Let's talk about comfort and fit. You guys probably know by now I'm possibly one of the biggest Boost fans out there. It's by far one of the most comfortable cushioning tech out there right now. Honestly, if you haven't tried on a pair of Boost shoes just yet, y'all are missing out. I definitely encourage you to head on over to an Adidas store and try one out. Maybe if it's ever safe to go outside again. The only thing that comes close is Nike's React Foam, but Boost has been around for years now, and Adidas has managed to achieve cushioning that's just the right amount of plush but reactive at the same time. This is why a lot of people think that Boost shoes are some of the most comfortable shoes on the market for years now, because they're just great everyday lifestyle shoes. I know I've said these words many a time on this channel, but it's true. And here it just feels great underfoot with that bouncy plush feeling. Unlike last year's version, which had a slightly annoying feeling because of those overlays on that slim knit upper, this year the knit seems to be thicker and there are no overlays on the toe box area, so we don't have that problem here. Instead, it's just a really comfortable sneaker, and I have to admit, I absolutely love these. Of course, fit is very important with these shoes, and in terms of fit, these fit pretty much true to size. But if you have wide feet like I do, you might want to go up a half size. For example, I'm a size UK 11, but I went up a half size to a UK 11.5 here, which fits great. But if you have regular narrow feet, you can go true to size here, no worries. Alright guys, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at the Adidas X9000L4 V2 On-Feet. That was the 2021 Adidas X9000L4. Now, just like the version 1, the X9000L4 version 2 will also be priced at $140 in the US, which makes them quite a bit cheaper than the Ultra Boost. So in my opinion, if you want to get a Boost shoe, whether that be for casual everyday use or for casual running, I think that the X9000L4 V2 does the job really well. Of course, if you want something with more spring in every step and an even more comfortable upper, that's where the Ultra Boost comes in, and the new Ultra Boost 21 does a great job at that. All in all, the X9000L4 is a really comfortable shoe, and Adidas managed to fix all of the minor annoyances I talked about last year. If you're looking for a really futuristic looking, chunky and comfortable everyday lifestyle shoe, I really think that the Adidas X9000L4 V2 is totally worth checking out, or whatever Adidas decides to name this model in the end. Alright guys, so that's what I think about the 2021 version of the Adidas X9000L4. I'd love to know what you guys think about this shoe and whether you're thinking about picking up a pair. Let me know right in the comment section below. Of course, if you want to see more photos of the shoe, you can hit me up on Instagram and maybe give me a follow at ClintonJeff. And hey, if you thought this video was helpful and you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the like button right below and maybe subscribe in case you haven't yet, because that'd definitely be appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.